Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're now delighted to be joined over the telephone by our guest for the afternoon, His Excellency Ambassador Hussein Hareedy, the former Assistant Foreign Minister. It's a very good afternoon to you, Mr. Ambassador.
Good afternoon, Mara.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, for joining us this afternoon. And in southern Lebanon, Israel carried out several strikes on Friday night as well as early Saturday. And overnight, Hezbollah also claimed 2 rocket attacks targeting the headquarters of an infantry battalion in northern Israel. How do you see the to and fro and the continued escalation in Lebanon, Your Excellency?
Well, at the present moment, I see it in the light of the elections of President-elect Trump.
Yes.
For a second term in office in the White House next year. And I understand that the Israelis are trying to prepare the ground for the next American administration, and due to their close relationships, to impose their conditions on the Lebanese government as far as the implementation of Security Council Resolution 1701 is concerned. According to press reports, the Americans want to change or to add to the resolution. But the Lebanese government as well as Hezbollah have so far refused any tampering or any changes in this resolution. So I think that for the next 1 month, till the swearing in of the President-elect Trump, we could be seeing escalation. However, there are press reports that have been circulating for the last few days that there is a possibility that an agreement would be reached for a ceasefire in southern Lebanon.
Indeed, the Lebanese officials were indeed reviewing an American truce proposal in the Israel-Hezbollah war, as Hamas also said it was ready for some sort of ceasefire on Israel's other front in Gaza. We saw the U.S. Ambassador Lisa Johnson discussing with senior Lebanese officials what they called a 13-point proposal, which also includes a 60-day truce during which Lebanon will be asked to redeploy troops to the border. How do you see this proposal? What can you tell us, Your Excellency, about this 13-point proposal under discussion?
Well, the Israelis have requested the withdrawal of all forces, save, of course, the UNIFIL, the United Nations peacekeeping forces in Lebanon, and the Lebanese army from southern Lebanon up to the Litani River.
Right.
This is their first request. The second is that Hezbollah would disarm in relative period of time. Thirdly, that Israel would have the right to intervene militarily in Lebanon the moment it thinks that its security would be threatened. Of course, no sovereign government would accept such demand. And the Americans are trying to accommodate the Israelis at the expense of the Lebanese sovereignty. So far, there is, as you said, rightly said, there is a back and forth between Lebanon, the United States, Israel, Hezbollah, but hopefully there will be an agreement whereby we see the full implementation of Security Council Resolution 1701 without amendment or without Israeli conditions attached to the process of implementation.
Indeed. Finally, Your Excellency, related to the current escalation, Syrian state-run media also said that Israel struck an upscale district of Damascus, killing 13 people, which is the second such attack in 2 days to hit a neighborhood which is home to embassies and security headquarters, as well as the United Nations offices. The Syrian Observatory said that the strikes targeted military housing complex as well in the district, killing around 23 people. How do you see this further escalation and branching out now into areas on the border with Syria?
Well, the Israelis are trying to make sure that they will get most out of the change of administration in the United States.
Mm-hmm.
You've been following the nomination by the President-elect Donald Trump for key positions in his administration.
Government, yes.
And all of the nominations, whether for the post of the ambassador, the permanent representative of the United States to the UN in New York, or the special American envoy to the Middle East, or the secretary, the nomination of the Secretary of State, all the nominations, all the people nominated to the high post are pro-Israeli. Mm-hmm. And the Israeli government and the present Israeli coalition has welcomed these nominations.
Right.
With the hopes that the United States Senate would confirm them. Once confirmed, the Israelis think that they could have a free hand in imposing their conditions on the Palestinians and on the Lebanese, and as a matter of fact, on the Middle East region as a whole. Mm-hmm. So in this light, in this context, I look at the escalation, the never-ending Israeli escalation in Gaza, in the West Bank, and in Lebanon.
Right. Your Excellency, Ambassador Hussein Hareedy, the former Assistant to Foreign Minister, I'd like to thank you very much, Your Excellency, for your time and your insight, and for joining us on today's edition of Arab Affairs.